What is up, YouTube? It's me, True Star Screamer, and today we are looking at Power of the Primes Jazz. I was lucky enough to find this guy this week. I took some advice from my buddy T-Man978, master of the Chill Review. I went on Brixie and used the DCPI number from Target and went on there, found my local Target had it. I looked on the shelves, they didn't have it, so I just flat out asked a guy, and I got him and all the others. So, we'll definitely be starting off with Jazz. I really want to talk about the packaging. I love the art. I've been loving the art Hasbro's been doing lately. And let's take a look back here. We've got the alt mode, which, of course, really nice photography. I would love to be able to take pictures like this. Let's take a look at the bio. How will the improvisational Autobot Special Ops agent wield the power of the Primes? No, I'm not doing that. I am not going to do that. But we've got that in, of course, various other languages. Power of the Primes. Lovely promotional image showing off the gimmick with the Prime Master. Micronus Power Swap. We also have Vector Prime, the Time Traveler. The Liege Maximo, which is absolutely awesome, from G2. So those are our major primes for right now. These will be coming out later. Is it the Vector Prime one looks like a Cyber Key? That is absolutely awesome. And 18 steps. And that is the basics on him. So, based on the Council of Hydra, I say we're gonna get this guy open. I'm gonna take a mess with him for a little bit, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, now here is Jazz, all well jazzed up. So, I've got the little engine block on him for the power of the primes. He's got his gun. And it doesn't look that bad. I mean, he rolls okay. That popped up a little. Sorry about that. That was a little smoother over here. Being a Hasbro figure, not a lot of paint. But there are a lot of nice details on this. This is all tampoed. It says Autobot Jazz, got the number 4, Energon, Autobrand, which is important to me because Lord knows I dealt with enough figures that didn't have visible ones. Clear plastic, but you got the molded in headlights, which is really nice. This is all tampoed on here. Same details over here. I really wish they would have painted the hubcaps. I am probably going to take a chrome pen to that, just to kind of give it a little bit of pop. Let's take this off for a second. This, I think, would have looked also really cool in silver. I'm debating if I want to paint that, just to kind of give it an exterior engine block. But that's all molded on here. This is definitely begging for a Gundam pen to kind of panel line that. And the back's got a little bit of detail. Now this is going to look familiar. Actually, this whole rear section's very familiar, because this is exactly like a Combiner Wars figure. In fact, there's their Combiner Wars port right down here. And we'll get to more of that later. This actually feels like what, or not feels like, but this is what we pretty much should have gotten for Combiner Wars. We got a lot of detail, got a lot of design, and spoiler alert, see the engine block here? Yep, that is definitely a hand. And of course, actually, that's the interesting thing. This doesn't do a foot, though. Or if it does do a foot... No, this doesn't do a foot. So this is either a left or right hand, which I will say that is one thing I did like with Combiner Wars hands, by having that thumb in the center. So he's either going to have a thumb and a weird limb here. You could twist it, make it look like a piece of armor. And then here, you can actually take this out and you can put a Titan Master right in here. So now, pop that up there, flip that in there, flip that down there. I've got Brawn. We've got Brawn pretty much kind of just riding on with Jazz. Also, they have little Titan, little pegs for the Titan guys to stand on. Now, considering that the Titan Masters were supposed to be the same size as people, that's definitely a little out of scale. Let me get that out of here. That's a little out of scale, in my opinion. Speaking of scale, there's Jazz. Titan's Return smokescreen. And yeah, they look pretty good next to each other. You can definitely see some of the love put in here. And okay, I got a point. Something this was also pointed out to me. Jazz right here. This mode, this looks a ton like the GoBot Crasher, who was one of my favorites. But yeah, that alt mode's pretty much that. So there's the car. Let's get him transformed. Just pop the arms up here. And the legs here separate from the back. Since these are basically Combiner War legs, these look familiar. Unfold. Also, while this is open, this is when you fold that in. When you're transforming it back, you gotta open up the leg so you can pop the foot in. Same thing here. Now I know I know he comes packaged in robot mode, but this is kind of a throwback from my site. I always like to start things in alt mode. This you actually pop up, fold down, pull through, pop up the head, and bring it in. There's a little clear plastic pegs here, and they line up with these grooves in here. And now that little part that folds down here kind of gives them a little bit of definition. Swing the arms up, and we've got Jazz. Okay, now that we've got them all transformed, I did forget to mention he did come with the collector's card that Hasbro loves to give. I do really like the art. Back calls him Quintus Jazz, involves life in unexpected ways. So this is kind of interesting. It's definitely more than we had on the other previous cards, but gotta say I do like it, and it will go with a stack of other ones I have. But for now, goes over there. Let's talk about Jazz. He comes with, we did mention we've got his pack here, which we'll put on him. I took this out because, believe it in the instructions, he's actually supposed to hold that. And of course he has his gun. I do want to mention the gun is painted because it's a white handle. So, nicely detailed. Probably a black accent would have been nice, but I won't complain. Jazz himself, he's got a lot of nice things going for him. First and foremost, his head is awesome. The visor looks good. You can make out all the details on his face, so he's got the vibe. He doesn't have the doors on the, I like the G1 doors, but there's no kind of throwback or any kind of speakers. But the kibble, it's all condensed. I mean, we don't look at him from the back anyway. But he doesn't have crazy car stuff, aside from the usual Combiner War stuff. Paint, the feet are painted silver. Silver accents, black down here. A little bit of black paint here. The tampo graphic brings some color up here. The clear plastic headlights are really nice. Again, just kind of, you can tell this is Jazz. Jazz is one of my favorite Autobots. I can't say my absolute favorite. For those that know me, I'm definitely more of a Decepticon fan. But I do have just about every version of him, except a decent G1 version of him has always eluded me. I really loved the Transformers animated version of him. And so this guy is making me really happy. Articulation, you kind of get the shoulders here, but that's just part of the transformation. This is on a mushroom peg. This is on a ball joint. This is also on a mushroom peg, if you look in there. But with the panel here, that kind of negates that out. Probably with the remolds, they might not have that panel there, or maybe they'll have something that pegs in. Maybe we might get an upgraded Sunstreaker, which would be kind of cool to actually have like a little gun hand or a ratchet. Holds the gun fine. I mean, you can kind of twist it, but again, with this plastic here, this wrist swivel, that's got to be just for remold modular ability. Size comparison. I can never transform this guy's chest panel right, but there he is next to Smokescreen. One thing I do have to say, these joints, nice. Nice and tight. So, good job, Hasbro, on that. But Smokescreen is falling apart on me, which kind of tells you something about the QC with him back in the day. There we go, much better. Jazz's body-wise is actually a little taller, but because the crest, Smokescreen's just a little taller because of that crest there. So they fit in fine. You can definitely see paint-wise, or at least coloring-wise, because with the stickers on here, they did a much nicer job. So with this guy, go ahead and grab the Titan mount, get the armor. You can put the Titan Master in here, so he can now channel the power of Brawn. They had it on his front somehow in the instructions, but the best way is just kind of to peg him on back here on his rear peg, flip that up. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that, but I was able to get Jazz's armor on his chest. This is kind of neat. I'll take it off in a second, but I just kind of want to show it off here, how the armor looks on him. Reminds me of Total Recall with Kuato. The actual Titan Masters, I mean the actual, with the Prime Masters, instead of having the face here, they're going to have the symbol on there. But, take that off here, take that off here. These little tabs in here actually hook inside there. So when you want to put them on there, you want to fold one of these guys in, wedge it in, and then grip the other, and then the tension will just hold it in. I actually really like that. That's really clever, because we now have a gimmick, but nothing on here is being sacrificed for the gimmick. And if you don't like it, you just take it off. He can hold with the peg there, even though it's used for the hand, you can kind of put it on there. And now he can hold it, wield it, love it. Also, he can take the little plastic part here and hold it in there and have that be like another gun. So now he's dual wielding. He also, beautiful spread, sorry. He does have a stand port down here, which I love, which will be great for display options. So, I have to say, I was expecting a kind of a Combiner Wars redo in a way, with something happening to wedge all the other gimmicks in, and I'm not getting it. Okay, last but not least is the arm mode. Broke out Galvatronus here because this poor guy just did not get enough love. Total tangent, but I mean, when we had this guy, when we had Rook and Alpha Bravo, I totally thought we were going to get a fourth, extra member of a team, so we could actually have complete limbs for him. But, Combaticons, you'd think they would have given us someone extra and then given us Blast Off. Total different tangent. But this doesn't look bad. I have no idea what the body, a new power of the Prime's body, is going to be. I know for the Decepticons, Starscream is rumored to be the Combiner guy. Of course, Grimlock. So I don't know who Jazz is supposed to gonna hook up to, but I am excited. Okay, so in the end, I like Jazz. I don't think I forgot to mention, he does have a 5mm port in his arm as well, so you can put the arm or this guy and make it arm mounted as well. Just want to point that out. But I was expecting, to be frank, I was actually expecting something of Combiner Wars all over again, especially the same plastic and detail. But this definitely is a cut ahead. In fact, after handling Smokescreen, it really made me almost regret having a lot of my Combiner Wars still. Almost. Slightly. Okay, yeah, I regret a few of them, except for the Aerialbots and Combaticons. And Defensor. But Skylynx and Prime and the Stunticons, anyway. But yeah, Jazz here. I can give him a solid A. Just go ahead and take Brawn out of there. I can give him a solid A, and I am really looking forward to the other figures of this line now and seeing what they deliver. So, if you guys like this, of course, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. Give me some comments. Of course, like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget, when it comes to collections, size is the prize, and shelves being full is the goal. Till next time, take care.